How to know if source is talking or limitation? Find out now. Hello, I'm Frank of Future, and welcome to the Vanguard of Light, where we help spiritual people take it to the next level. And we are talking about being guided. Did a previous video, kind of real dialed it in that, you're being guided. It's like, is it being guided by source or being guided by fears, doubts, and that malevolent force that's in there? If you want to know more about that, check out that video. But how do you know which is which? It's critical. Now you know that you're constantly getting guided. It's knowing, well, am I getting guided from source, or am I getting guided from darkness, from fears, from doubts? So, simplest way, think contraction and think expansion. So if it's a contracted feeling, most likely it's the fears and doubts and malevolent forces, and it feels expansive, most likely it's from source. But we're going to dig a little deeper. We're going to check that and also give you one little hiccup, little trick that those malevolent forces are going to use to throw you sideways. So I want you to pick a goal. Pick something that you'd like to have in your life, right? I want you to think about it actually working. Right? Not the process you have to go through, but you're on the other side of it, and you got that, and it feels great. You're like, yeah, I got that. I rocked it. You're seeing the people, they're cheering you on. It's going great. All maybe the fears you have, but no, it's working out, right? How does that feel in your body? How's that feel? Like, yeah, how does that feel? And that's going to be how it feels like when you're guided from source. It's going to give you inspiration. There might be a little bit of nervousness of like, oh my gosh, can I have to? But you feel like, yeah, I feel expansive. I feel like that would be wonderful. And I feel inspired to take action. Now, contradict that with, think about that top #1 goal and think about the first thing you're going to have to do. First fear that you had before, like, oh, I'm going to have to do that. And, oh, what if I fail? So think about, you're doing that and you're going to fail. It's not going to work. It's going to be hard. Where do you feel that in your body? Where do you feel that constriction? Most likely. It could be a strange expansion in some place, but most likely it's a constriction. Just notice how that feels. Now that is getting guided by the fears, the darkness, the doubts. Now you got an energetic feeling in your body of what's the difference between, am I getting guided by source, which can have a component of more of that excitement of like, oh my gosh. But you do have that expansion, that upliftment, that desire to take action versus that constriction of like, oh no, I shouldn't, no, me, no. So you know where it's coming from. Now here's the twist. You're going to have that darkness, that voice, try to set up a question that's inherently going to be inverted, right? Like say if there's your #1 goal, and it's something you really need to do, you really want to do, it logically makes sense to do, and you're like, yeah, I logically should do it. It's good. If I had it, I'd be feeling fantastic. And then that constriction part is going to say, oh, well, let's check. Let's check, should I go do that? Is that something I should do, right? But you're already feeling constricted because it doesn't want you to get the other answer. But you understand you're not asking a sincere question because you already have the answer to it. That's just putting doubt to an answer you already have. You logically know, yeah, that'd be great to do. That'd be, be awesome in my life. It would feel fantastic. The question's already answered. It's already been answered by spirit, by source of it's a yes. And then that other part of you is trying to inject some doubt by re-asking that question. Re-asking it from its point of view of like, well, if I'm constricted and held down, now does it look good? And it's like, no. Because if you start answering that question constricted, oh, I'm not going to ask that question. And I probably, most likely, if you start your question from a constricted place as opposed to a place of wonder, you probably already have your answer. You probably already have an answer. It's a yes. It would rock in your life. And it's just a matter about having courage to follow source, follow your guidance, which the doubts, fears, and that malevolent force does not want you to do. So now you got a simple technique in your body to know. And is it going to take a ton of courage to follow that? Yes. I want to give you the truth. It will take courage to follow that because energetically you will know. You will know, oh, am I feeling constricted in fear and doubt? Well, if you're feeling constricted fear and doubt, you're getting lied to. It's going to tell you to stop. It's going to tell you this is a bad idea. It's going to tell you I don't want to. And then having the courage of being like, ooh, I'm getting lied to. No matter what it is, it's like, oh, I'm getting lied to. How do I get back? You know, first place to get back is just do the opposite or think the opposite. Like, okay, it's telling me not to do that. Boom. What's 180? It doesn't mean it's the right, because you know it's lying to you. It'd be tricky. But your first place you can look is like, okay, what's 180? What is that? Does that logically make sense? You might be like, oh, yeah, it does. Then you can pursue that. I'm like, oh, wow. And if it actually worked out, how would that feel? Oh, wow, okay, that kind of feel amazing. And then, boom, now you're back directed. Now you're back like, okay, now I know where to go. I just know this is going to be attacking me. And I just need to have some courage, keep listening to source to get me through. So hopefully that helps you with having that direction. It will take a lot of courage because you do have the answers, but following the answers, that's the trick. Like, how do you follow the answers? How do you get fired up enough to follow the answers? One way, subscribe to the channel, because I'm here voting your victory. So subscribe to the channel, give me a like, it spreads it out to more people. It's also energetically saying, yeah, I'm choosing source. I'm choosing the light. I know the fears and doubts, because think about this. You're thinking about pressing that like button. Do you get a constricted feeling? That means you're getting lied to. It's like it doesn't want the light getting out. Because if more videos like this get out, you're going to hear this more. And you're not going to listen as much to that. And you're going to start listening to source. So I want to leave you with that. Now you've got a way, quick test of like, am I getting bamboozled? Or am I listening to source? Until we talk again, have a blessed day or a blessed night.